Hey guys, we're Emma and Matt, and welcome back to One More Adventure.
Hey guys, so definitely a bit more of a sit-down video this week compared to our usual weekends out and getting around. But yeah, we got some big plans.
Yeah, so at the end of the summer, we will be packing our backpacks and heading off for Southeast Asia, where we're going to spend roughly 6 months traveling around backpacker style. And then from there, we're going to then go and live more of an expat life in the Netherlands.
Yep. So exactly. So yeah, as you said, so the basic idea is in two parts. The first 6 months, so basically we will be starting in Milan. We'll actually be traveling from here in France, from Bordeaux, all the way to Milan just for a short weekend. We will be heading off to Sri Lanka and then moving on to Southeast Asia, kind of traveling around that area.
Yeah, so we hope to, from Sri Lanka, then go and do I suppose, a bit more typical backpackers route of Thailand, Laos, Vietnam, Cambodia. And then I think we didn't get to do Borneo last time we was in Malaysia.
Yeah, that was a big one.
And so that's a big one for us this time. We really want to hit up Borneo, and we loved Indonesia, so I mean, how could that not be on our list as well?
So yeah, in 2019 we were in Indonesia. We spent a month there, just traveling around basically Sumatra. We went into the Sumatran jungle, saw quite a few purely wild orangutans. We were super lucky, and obviously then we moved down from Java to Bali and then hit up Kuala Lumpur at the end. But this time we've got more time, so we can go into more detail and spend more time in place each time. It's going to be quite nice.
So over the 6 months, we've kind of planned on maybe say 3 to 4 weeks per country.
Yeah.
But this is just a guideline at the moment. Like, we feel that maybe some countries might need a bit longer than 4 weeks, others maybe 2 weeks, and we've visited everything we want to see. And so we're kind of really going with this idea of being able to build our trip as we go along. So right now we only have our flights to Sri Lanka that are booked, and then the rest we're going to actually just continuously build on our trip as we go. And then it really will be fitted to our taste of travel.
Yeah, so just we have some like key points per country, like temples or just certain areas we really want to see, and then we'll kind of build it from there. And as you said, yeah, 3 weeks might be enough. It might be too much, and we'll kind of work around there. We're kind of in a lucky situation where we've got the time. We've actually taken that time to say, okay, if we need more time, we'll spend more time. And yeah, definitely lucky to have that situation. It's quite cool, actually.
And then as well, the places that we aim to visit obviously are going to be a bit more tailored to our interests. And so for me personally, I really want to get my qualifications to do free diving, for example. And so we're going to try and find places that are really well known for their scuba diving and free diving spots. And then for yourself, with the horticulture side of things.
Yeah, so I travel more for horticultural reasons, anything botanical. So any botanical parks, really. I think every single capital we go to, or any town we go to, we try and find the general park or the botanical park of that area or of that country. And that's really one thing I'll be hitting up quite a bit. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah, for sure. And then again, we're not like luxurious travelers, so we really will be traveling with just our backpack. And yeah, there's basically a backpack, and then we'll be staying in more hostels and homestays. Yeah, we don't need like the luxury, and the whole idea for us is by staying in like cheaper accommodation, it really means we can put our priority and our budget into the experiences and the places we go, so we can really get the most out of them once we are there.
Yeah. So as we said in previous videos before, we don't go for these super expensive places, but and we will be. So the backpacks will be shown in a future video. They're 50 litre generally, 40-50 litre backpacks. That's what we'll have for the first 6 months, the first part of our traveling anyway. And we generally do well to rotate our clothes and get them washed as well. We do pretty well with that. So, but that will be a next video we'll show off as well. Yeah, looking forward to this. We've got quite good ideas of where to visit and stuff like that. Some of them are more touristy spots, but we try to stay off the beaten track as well. Find some weird and wonderful places, as we always do. We do pretty well, and looking forward to it. Hello, yes.
So yeah, so we will basically mainly be traveling through local transport. Really, it's a way to keep the costs down, but then as we have the time, we don't have to, or we don't feel the need to fly between destinations. For sure, yes, we'll be flying into Sri Lanka and out of Sri Lanka. There isn't really much other way and many other ways to do it. But after that, once we're on mainland Southeast Asia, we're really hoping to take local transport, like whether it be a minibus or a night bus or the night ferry. And it's just a really cool way to even meet locals, to visit places that you wouldn't necessarily see as well.
Yeah, I think we learned, again going back to the Indonesia in 2019, we kind of learned from our experience as well, especially on the islands like island hopping. You can take boats from A to B, and because we have more time now, these boats do take a bit longer, but they just keep the cost down, which allows us again to travel for longer. And again, going off the experience as well, we're using the scooters, especially like in Bali and Java and Sumatra. It allows you actually sometimes to stop en route as well. Like a lot of buses or the tuk-tuks and stuff like that, you have to go from A to B. And sometimes, honestly, even if you want to, it sounds silly, but a pretty picture or just you want to spend a bit of time in this little spot, you can kind of just stop, put your bike to the side and just walk around for a bit and continue on.
Problem is you do that way too much in these landscapes.
Yeah, it's stunning over there. It really is. And you have some of these ups and downs, the valleys and stuff, so you can kind of put yourself on the peak and you can just stop and look over. But as I said, we've got the time, so we really can do it. There's really no rush, which is lucky.
It's perfect, yeah. And then the other thing is, obviously, we'll be really trying to immerse ourselves in the local culture. And so we'll be eating at the local warungs or like diners. Obviously,
they were great.
They were so good. And they're really good value for money. And it's just, I mean, yeah, we don't get that style of food here as well. So that's something that we really want to make the most of and really immerse ourselves that bit more, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, you kind of get to meet some of the locals that way as well. But it's just a different culture life. We could try, as I said, to stay off the beaten track site and be more with the locals, especially with the local foods and stuff. Yeah. And just it's a good way of doing it anyway. That's why it's a good way of doing it.
Yeah. So what to expect from us now? I think.
So for the next couple of weeks, we've made we have about just less than 3 months before we leave, and my sister's wedding. So that'll be 1 weekend that will be just something different. But until then, we'll be continuing our vlogs in and around the Charente-Maritime, around Bordeaux, south of Bordeaux, and some other areas. Hopefully, we can take you to the Pyrenees from this time as well. That would be really nice for a hike.
Yeah, and we'll be visiting Brittany as well because we've got another wedding up there.
And we're going to Brittany. Yep, that's right.
So yeah, we'll definitely be doing our weekend trips and visits around the area.
Yep.
Until then, and then I think once we get traveling, we'll still remain with our weekly videos at least. I think we're going to have to see how it goes. Obviously, we'll be on the road a lot more, and so we don't know whether we'll have time to edit the videos as much.
Yeah, I think that's what we're saying, because right now we're doing weekly vlogs, and that suits us kind of pretty well, because obviously we're working during the week. Now, also, the thing is, obviously, when we're going to be traveling, we'll have a lot more to show, and to put a week's worth of video into one video, it seems a bit crammed. So maybe we'll have to see how we go and see if we can do more than one a week. That would be actually, I think that would be the easiest choice. But again, because we're moving from left to right, we kind of never really sit down for too long in one place to edit the video, which does take some time.
I think it just has to be sustainable for us, really, doesn't it? We don't want to have to force ourselves to put out videos if we're not ready on a twice a week basis, but we will maintain at least one video a week.
Yeah, and the idea is obviously to enjoy where we are and not be behind a phone or camera all the time.
And then of course there'll be like the Instagram posts and stories as well that I think will be a lot easier to upload a lot quicker as well, and so that will definitely be
and that link will be down in the video link as well in the description, so that's some way you can really follow this a lot easier, and you kind of get those little in detail and a little bit added bonus as well from areas and a different point of view anyway. So yeah, some of the places we'll be going to, as I said, so we're going to start off with a long weekend in Milan. It works out easier and a little bit cheaper to start from Bordeaux to go to Milan, and it allows us to again visit another area. We're like, well, why not? We'll be moving on to Sri Lanka again, and then from there we'll probably be going over to like Vietnam.
Yeah.
And then
Thailand, Laos, Cambodia, Borneo, Malaysia, and Singapore as well.
Yep.
Only for a few days though. It's a rather expensive destination. And then Indonesia.
Yeah, so maybe going back to Ish where we were before, we heard about the north point of Sumatra, a good diving spot, so that's been a really interest to us ever since we've left last time. That'd be good. So yeah, the second part. We'll actually be moving to the Netherlands. We're actually going to be. So the first part is complete traveling, complete
backpacking, traveling.
And the second part, we will be actually getting jobs, but in the Netherlands, and I'm very much looking forward to that. My idea is to continue on horticultural knowledge, anything botanical, as I said at the start, and but at the same time, so the weekends, kind of what the same principle and same basis that we're doing here is on the weekends going out and exploring, and we know about the Netherlands and its train system and just transport. It's just super easy to get around. It's not a massive country, and so every weekend we'll be taking you to a new spot, a new country, a new town, a new city,
well,
and
maybe a new
looking
country as well. You've got Belgium and Germany not far. It could be the opportunity.
Yeah, neighbours. I've never actually been to Germany, so that'd be great. So
could be an option.
Yep, that'd be cool. And so yeah, that's kind of the second part. It's the second 6 months, and again, just excited for that part. It's the first part. So this is going to be great fun.
Yeah. And so maybe you might be asking why the Netherlands, and I mean, we went there a few years ago. Not for that long, maybe like a week, weren't we? And we just absolutely loved the country. We loved their culture, their way of life. They just seem to have values that really kind of rang a bell with us. And so we've lived the expat life, but as kids. And so we kind of thought, why not, why not try it as adults now in a country that we feel really resonates with us? And I mean, for you with the horticulture, I mean, Netherlands
it's the horticultural hub of the world. They grow anything and everything. I know a lot about it, and I just want to be there. And I think being on site, you can learn the most, put it that way. And for us, obviously, we're English. We've been living in France now for 19 years, whatever it is. A good majority of our life now as well, half our life. And this is a spot as well that's not too far from family, which is great for us. So we get best of both worlds. If we need to get back, we can do, but we can also live our own life. We're not on anyone's doorstep, but it's easy enough for us to get back, for them to come to us and stay with us for a bit as well. So, and it allows us to travel a bit more and around the weekends, and win-win. It honestly is a win-win. It's going to be great. And
we just see how it goes from there. Really, I mean, it's we say 6 months. We're keeping very open minds as to how we like it. It could be that we absolutely love the travel and we try to make something more of traveling full time. Or we really enjoy the Netherlands, and that could be it. So
we've kind of got plan A, B, and C. It's quite funny, and we're trying to, as you say, keep the doors open. Yeah. Well, plan A. Let's put it this way: plan A would be to stay in the Netherlands if everything goes well, if we enjoy it enough. Plan B would come back here and continue visiting France and working in France. Plan C for me would be get a boat and sail. Definitely.
I mean, I think the key element here is travel. Really.
Yeah. Keep going.
Yeah, we just want to keep traveling, and so. Yeah, we'll just kind of see where it takes us, and I think that's the whole idea of this coming year. Really, we've taken the sabbatical. That's all signed off now. It's full speed ahead, no turning back, and we're gonna go from there.
Yep. So we're being realistic, obviously, with obviously COVID and everything else that's going on in the world right now. We know that plans might change, so we're trying to give a general itinerary of where we want to go. We know it can change, but that's kind of our goal, and I think we've got the time and we've got the budget now. We've done really well to save up, and now's the time, now or never kind of thing.
Exactly.
And, let's do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you have any ideas of, so obviously we just said about Sri Lanka, even Milan, Sri Lanka, Vietnam, Cambodia, Laos, the places we've just mentioned. If you have any areas of places to stay, place to eat,
foods to try, local foods,
that'd be great.
Experiences, just anything not to miss, really. In any of the places, and I mean, even places that we haven't really mentioned. Maybe like I know we said we haven't mentioned Philippines, for instance, because. I don't know, we kind of felt that maybe it's a bit far afield compared to the other countries we want to visit.
But it's a possibility.
It could be a possibility. So if you have any recommendations, any tips or anything, any must-sees, must-dos, then please hit us up in the comments. We'd love to hear what you have to say.
Anything, because there's only so much you can find on the internet.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot you can find on the internet, but then we have, as usual, we have the travel books as well. We've been going through them like crazy. I'm sure there's stuff that's, as we said, on the scooter, when you just stop off and you find these little areas that no one else has really written about or really spoken about anywhere else, we'd love to know about them. They're kind of the areas we search for ourselves. So if you have any ideas of those places, people, I know there's one, it's kind of like a tourist route. So we know people have been there before, and it's like, send them our way. That'd be great.
Local knowledge is always the best knowledge as well. So please write them down below, and we'll check them out for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
So leave the comments in the comment section, and we'd love to do that. In the meantime, definitely follow us over on Instagram. You're doing a really good job of that. There's obviously a lot of in detail kind of views and backdrops and stuff we're showing right now, and then obviously in 3 months' time, just less than 3 months' time, there'll be all the traveling as well, which I don't know how much we'll show of the actual travel parts in the videos, but that's all on Instagram. You can really get the in detail bit. And,
so we hope you like this a bit more of a raw video this time around.
It's a little bit different. Hey.
Yeah, a little bit different, but we're really excited to, especially for this year coming up. It's going to be absolutely amazing. So please hit the subscribe button, leave some recommendations in the comments, and we'll see you in the next one.
Yeah, we'll see you soon. Thank you.